welcome to my house tour. So to start off, we have this cute Lord of the Rings doormat, and guarding over our house and our front porch is the wonderful Leanna Mormont. Bless it. Alright, here's a quick sweep of the lounge room as you enter the house, just to get a vague idea of the space. And a little scratching post. Cute. Here we have the gallery wall, which is on your right when you enter the house, and just a little bookshelf with a bunch of knick-knack and display items on it. And my poor little fiddly fig. So here's the gallery wall, and I went with a black frame theme. It's almost really hard to say, to kind of tie everything together. I get a lot of my art at conventions. Here is the wall that you see when you come in, which features Lorna's record player and the house rules. The glass doors through to the sunroom, and one last sort of little look around the room from the other side. So there's the front door, and here is our big comfortable couch. And here is the final wall. So this is actually totally Lorna's DVD collection, and she has just a few. And a 3D printed sword our friend made for us. And finally, this last little display shelf. We kind of just have a few of our kind of cute geeky things and our board games stored here. So originally this room was actually the dining room, and we sort of just swapped the two because it felt nice to have this sort of open space. So we've just put a fold-out couch / spare bed under the window over here, and I kind of set it up nicely just for this video, but normally the cat kind of hangs out here more than anybody else. But I did make the most of having it set up like this as much as possible. See? Moving on to the dining room, aka actually the sunroom, and because it was so bright this day, I didn't get a good shot of it, but this room is this one wall, and then the rest of the walls are actually filled with windows. So it is the most beautiful room to be in at nighttime when you can see the lights of the suburbs, and also especially on cloudy, rainy days, it's so nice to sit in the sunroom or even in the lounge room and just watch the sky. At the moment we have the dining table in here, and I've been using it as a home office with my little plants. Honestly, my absolute favourite space in quotation mark, the house. So the back deck has been an absolute saviour during lockdown and that kind of thing, because we don't actually have a yard. So we're able to just hang out here and get some fresh air. We have a bunch of plants, most of which are actually Lorna's, and in that little blue tub we have some gardening supplies, although it is kind of difficult when, as you can see, there are slats through the floor and we can drop a bit of dirt on our downstairs neighbour. Whoops. So we have a bit of a gallery kitchen in this house, aka it is long and narrow, and almost everything is along the one wall, as you can see. This little window above the sink is super handy because it doesn't have a fly screen, so we can pass things out to each other on the back deck. And we've sort of just got everything set up for convenience and a little bit of cuteness, I guess. As cute as a kitchen can be when you're renting. Here's our pantry, and I honestly wish I had even more of these glass Makona jars because I just love putting my dried goods and pantry goods in them. I just think it's cute, you know? It's a bit of a mess though, let's be real. And here is our fridge. Shappy winter. Wow. And this side of the fridge features a bunch of things I've collected. And onto the laundry / bathroom. So Lilith's litter tray is down the end next to the pantry, and this is the laundry room. It's pretty straightforward. There's a washing machine and a sink. And here is the bathroom. Yeah, that's right. It has an open window onto the back deck. It's super cool. So fun. Love that for us and for everyone else involved. But yeah, it's a pretty straightforward little separate toilet, and we just have this map on the back wall here that we can look at. So the hallway is also known as the map gallery because I collect maps, and I've just put them all up in the hallway because it just feels nice, you know? And this here is Lorna's room. We're not going to go in there because actually there is a grumpy cat inside, aka Lilith, so she wouldn't get in the way while I was filming. We've got a bit of storage in the hall, and that's sort of the view down to my room. You pass all of these maps on your way. So a lot of them are in Dutch because I got them when I lived in the Netherlands. And we're in Brisbane. So this is our bathroom / shower room, and it's, you know, a functional space. It's pretty good. That is apple cider vinegar, I promise. I need it for my hair. Yeah, we've just got our products and stuff. We've got a shower / bath combo deal. So you gotta stand in the bathtub, which was great when Lorna had a broken leg. Not. And as hard as I've scrubbed, I just can't get that mold off. I am sorry, I did clean for this video. Here is our sink situation. So we just have a few little plants and some nice little brown glass accessories, I guess. And this is under the sink, makeup and that kind of stuff. Yeah, the bathroom's pretty good. I like it. Yeah. So I have the quote-unquote master bedroom of the house, even though I moved in second. So I'm able to fit my queen bed and 2 chests of drawers on either side as my side tables. And I've just got some little accessories on the side that I normally sleep on, my jewellery, etc. And I make the bed every morning. Pretty good. Here's a little rug and some storage and stuff like that sort of towards the end of my bed. Family photos and just a few little knickknacks and things like that. This window, it opens onto the street. Sick privacy, I know. So this section here is actually my LARP stuff. I'll do a little video about LARP, but basically it's a whole bunch of costume stuff in the corner. And there's a second window in the room, which I pretty much always have open. And here's the last little sweeping view. So as you can see, there's built-in hanging storage in this room, and I swear the bar always looks like that, and it's not because I have too many clothes, probably. Alright, okay, I have too many clothes. When you have a big space like this and it looks empty, you kind of want to fill it up, right? Here I have my bags and my musical instruments. Collected a few. And finally, just some Polaroids of my friends and family. Here we go. Like, it's a library sewing room. Yeah. So originally this was just going to be a library / reading room. We never put a couch or chair in here at all, and because it was the only space with my coffee table and the least disruptive space to do it, I've sort of set it up as the sewing room. As you can see, there's a project I've been working on, and here is our Star Wars poster wall, because if you couldn't tell, Lorna and I are both Star Wars fans. A little pot plant, needs some love, and ironing board, and this one mirror we have in the house. Then we have one of my bookshelves. It's just a bunch of books shoved into it. Here are some of my favorites. Shout out to Garth Nix and Lee Bardugo. Just a couple of other little stationery things. A crystal drop my mum made. And this wall here is most of my sewing stuff. Not that you can see. this wall is mostly books, a little bit of sewing stuff, and this is where Lorna and I kind of share shelf space. A Kiki poster by Lauren Carney / Dizzy Little Dottie. And okay, so this is probably my favourite bookshelf. And here is some of my sewing stuff, as well as books I've had since I was a kid. I know, way to let things go. Yeah, this room is such a nice room. Also, Ewok says bye, because it's the end. Hey, and welcome back. So, that's my house. Now you all know the secret that I am literally sitting on the floor in my living room filming these things. Surprise! So that is the grand tour of the house, excluding obviously my housemate's bedroom, which is just a regular bedroom, you know. And I thought I would sort of close it off and talk a little bit about where in Brisbane we live, expenses to the house, and a couple of pros and cons. So we live on the northwest side of Brisbane, out towards Sanford, about 20 minutes out of the city centre. It's a really wonderful suburb. We've got lots of little cafes, quite a few op shops, which is great for me, library, lots of playgrounds, walking routes, and we've also got bus lines directly to the city and a train line, less than a 10-minute walk from the house. And then I guess I'll just talk a little bit about. So we do have a downstairs neighbour. I'm just gonna move my fringe, by the way. Yeah, so we have a downstairs neighbour, which is why we take our shoes off and are kind of mindful about noise traveling downstairs. We don't have access to the yards. Like technically, like the backyard is all his. The front yard is just right on the footpath, no fence or privacy screening of any kind. We don't have yards. We don't really use that front space like ever, and yeah, so that's a bit of a downer. That's definitely in the cons department for this house. Other cons are, like I said, the lighting is really harsh in most rooms. We had a bit of a struggle getting some of the lights to work in the first place, and another one is PowerPoint. Yeah. The biggest con with Queenslanders and with older builds is the temperature control. These buildings are not insulated properly. Like my room is the coldest room in the house because it's the only room that isn't above the downstairs unit. It's just empty space underneath my bedroom. So it gets cold, and in summer, this place is so hot. It's so hot. This house has been a seasonal struggle. Too hot, too cold, too damp. The floor gets a little sticky when it's really damp. These things happen. Like this is sort of just what you kind of learn to deal with if you're renting a character home. You know, this beautiful architecture in the ceiling, it's got beautiful wooden floors and all of these other like architectural pieces that are so full of character and so quintessentially like an old school Queensland home that it's kind of the price you pay, right? This property costs $340 a week in rent. The whole thing. The whole house. Yes, $340 a week, including water and gas, and Lorna and I just split that straight down the middle. So we both pay $170 a week in rent. Our electricity is pretty affordable, and it's roughly $200 in total a quarter just for us. They do have a separate meter for downstairs, so that's good. It's super affordable. We got internet through Optus, I think like just under $70 a month. That's literally it. That makes this an incredibly affordable house. Overall, this has been like a wonderful house to live in. It has really been a wonderful house to live in and I've really enjoyed that. I am gonna miss living here. That's about it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope that you found it interesting. I hope that I managed to present everything really nicely. I won't lie, I spent probably a day and a half cleaning, tidying and styling the house. I just want you to know that, disclaimer, my house doesn't always look like this. So thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know if you liked anything about my house or if you've got any questions about furniture or knickknacks or anything like that, ask them in the comments below. I will periodically check back in on the comments on videos. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you have a wonderful week and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.